Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for June 1st, 2015. And thank you for being patient for a little over a week where we didn't have the daily forecast video. If you're wondering where I was down in Mexico here, marrying this beautiful girl who is now my wife. This ugly bald guy here on the right here just put a name with a face with the name and the voice that you hear every day. You don't get to see me, but married this beautiful girl right here in Mexico. Over the past couple days here, actually on Tuesday. Nice beach wedding, very nice time down there. Very warm, very humid, just like it is here, but no showers and thunderstorms like we're dealing with yesterday. Now, some of you have been concerned about everything sticking up to the north and central areas here we had on Sunday here, but now we're starting to see change with a little shift of a frontal boundary. Hard to see here, but frontal boundary is basically moving down south of the area here. This is pushing down like this, very slowly sagging south through our coverage area here. So that's going to become the focus of showers and thunderstorms once again. But I think the front is going to move a little bit further south and give a better opportunity for those showers and thunderstorms for our southeastern areas. The ones that missed out most of the activity yesterday will now get into it today, and the areas to the northwest will begin to dry out a little bit. So this is much needed rainfall, very much needed rainfall. So in terms of the big picture, this is a very good thing for this area. We needed it. The month of May ended wet for some. Of course, the month as a whole was dry. We're behind year-to-date in terms of total rainfall, and we could certainly use it. There's a good and a bad side to this. Again, it's good looking at the big picture. Bad as we're dealing with some flash flooding potential again. So this, again, mainly southeastern areas, we're going to be dealing with this. Central and southeastern areas, hopefully, get into some of that rainfall, and it doesn't come all at once where you have that runoff. That really doesn't really help the drought situation too much. And yes, we are in a drought, and this is definitely alleviated in some respects. In some areas here, we got into some very, very heavy rainfall, and some flood warnings went up. Some flood watches are still in effect for today as well. We're going to go over the NAM here and take a look at the future simulated radar. This is looking at 10 a.m. on Monday morning. Just some light stuff just starting to pop here. I think most of the activity is going to be afternoon, probably even better chance as we head toward the evening here and beyond into the overnight here. Let's go a little bit further here, and we start to... Let me get off this tool here. We start to see an increase of the showers and thunderstorms. You can see the axis of that is further southeast now. Again, yesterday we were talking about areas up in here that were really getting into it, especially up into New Jersey, Middlesex County, up into northeastern New Jersey, really getting hit hard. The focus of that's going to be a little bit further south today, we think, or at least we're hoping it is, because those areas definitely need to use a break, especially Middlesex County here reported 4.5 inches of rain at one point yesterday. So that's a lot of rain, and doesn't really do much for the drought if it's running off. But you can see here's right over Philadelphia. This is looking at the evening hours now. Philadelphia and points south over much of New Jersey here are going to be dealing with what looks like it's going to be some very heavy rainfall, very high precipitable water value amounts. Might be some low pressure enhancing this rainfall as well. So that's going to be it for round one, and then overnight we get a round two come through that'll affect more of looks like a steady rain, not so much a very heavy torrential rain overnight. Should be just steady rain. Might be some bit heavy rain yet as well, but then it looks like as we get into early Tuesday, this starts to end from west to east here, and we start to dry out here. So this will disappear, and we think the rain will clear out for at least for the second half of Tuesday, and might even have some partial clearing to boot. Let's go back to the global models and show you what we're looking at here. I'm going to go to the next frame here, and you see that very heavy rainfall. Now the global models are actually situating this rainfall a little bit further north, so it's going to depend on how fast that frontal boundary I talked about sags to the south. If it sags back down a little bit further, like the NAM has it, it'll be on the previous graphic I showed you, where it was just confined to mainly along the I-95 corridor and a few miles, well, more than a few, but on either side of I-95, northwest and southeast of it, where the heavy rains would fall. But if it's any slower, we'll be dealing with this from down here in York and Lancaster counties all the way up into east central PA, southeast PA, northern New Jersey again. So again, some of these areas were hit hard yesterday, so we don't want to get into too much rain. Too much at once is not a good thing. And here's the overnight hours of rain continuing in those areas, and then it finally shifts off to the east here, and we start to get partial clearing. This high pressure that you're seeing to the north here is going to set up shop here with this frontal boundary now to the south here. This frontal boundary will be forced to the south, and that will allow for partial clearing here on Wednesday, and that's going to originate up in this area here and shift over here like this, and it's going to force everything down to the south. So that's going to keep us dry here, we think, for Wednesday and Thursday. You can see that here. High pressure now sitting over New England is going to move off the coast now as we get into later Wednesday. And then it's going to kind of sit over the Gulf of Maine on Thursday. We'll have to watch for some increase in clouds. Sometimes when you get that high pressures in the Gulf of Maine like this, it'll create a wind to come off the ocean and get a marine flow here. Either east or east-northeast wind will come off the ocean. It'll bring us some extra cloud cover. But it does look dry here on Thursday for the most part. We'll have to watch our southern areas as this front start to creep back up to the north here. Might get in a few showers here later in the day for southern areas here on Thursday. But elsewhere it should remain dry. And then we get a little bit further here, and Friday we will have an increase of heat and humidity coming back here. Not extreme heat. We're not talking about 90s again. We're talking about temperatures getting back to the 80 degree mark after being in the 70s for several days. And we have an isolated chance of a shower or thunderstorm popping up here on Friday, and then we have another opportunity for that here on Saturday as this front moves through. This does not look like, the model's not impressed with the amounts of rainfall with this. This looks like just showers and thunderstorms along the front. Nothing crazy right now. So it's not going to be, this is a lot faster moving. Nothing is going to sit and stall and be enhanced by low pressure or anything like that, like we're dealing with both yesterday and today. This should be a little bit further, moving a little bit faster this time, and we should be back in the clear again by Sunday. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and that is your outlook for June 1st, 2015. Have a great Monday.